Hi guys, welcome to the first ever episode of Real Cooking with me. Yes, me, because I don't need a chef's name. I'm not a chef. I'm just cooking from home. I don't know all the technical terms, technical techniques. I just cook and my wife enjoys it. So I'm going to be cooking a simple meal today, and it's real cooking. It's not fancy, it's nothing super special. It's just real cooking with me. My kitchen is not finished. If you want to see why, you can look at some of my home renovation videos. Okay, so this is the setup here. I got my two 4-ounce servings of salmon, my chicken thighs, and I'm going to show you, I don't like to crust them thick, so I'm going to show you a quick, simple way to get a little browning on the outside of your meats before you, well, without overdoing the breadedness. So I'm just going to put, that's a 1/3 cup measured of flour, and that's really just so that I can coat this plate here. Super simple. 1/3 cup of flour. I'm going to put a good bit of salt. I'm going to say 1/2 teaspoon. Does that sound good? Yep, 1/2 teaspoon. And some pepper. Love me some pepper. So, now I've already done this on the salmon, which is why it may look a little bit light, but that was before I put it away. Let's see, I'm going to take all that and just mix it up a little bit with a fork. Like so. Just get the pepper and the salt mixed in a little bit. Now, can it get much more simple than that?
No, Mr. Joshua.
Okay. I take my salmon first, just lay it in, and instead of trying to get egg on here or something like that to hold all this flour, I just want a dusting of flour. Once again, not a professional chef. I'm sure there's even a word for this. But you know what? I just call it dusting. Alright, now most of your meats you're going to want at room temperature when you put them in the pan or on the grill. When you're cooking steaks or something, and every stinking time they end up being too rare in the middle, too burnt on the outside. Well, it's probably because you pulled it out of the fridge where you had it marinating for way too long, and you just slapped it right on the grill or slapped it right in the pan. And you know, it kind of freaks some people out to leave meat out for an hour before they put it in a pan, but that's kind of it's what you do. So I'm letting this sit out for a little bit. It's still going to be a little too cold when I do it, but the salmon is fresh. It was caught not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, and it's been on ice ever since, so I'm perfectly fine eating that with the outside seared and the inside actually pretty rare. My green beans that I'm going to be cooking, I got a big old bag of them from Costco, frozen, and they're slightly, you know, they're getting to be thawed right now. I don't care if they're thawed or not because I'm barely going to cook them at all. I'm just going to steam them. And I also have some brown rice pre-made, and that's going to be the third part of my dish. And we're not going to have a dessert tonight. Well, we are, but you don't get to watch me cook it. So right now I have the pans heating up to melt or just barely warm. I'll take the camera down and let you look at that. This is my new stove, and a lot of you are saying, oh no, it's not gas. Well, I don't care. So back here, I have my already cooked rice, and it's, when I say brown rice, I don't mean it's actually brown rice. It's white rice cooked in a special way. I'll show you how to make that. It's a simple and really worthwhile recipe to learn. But right now, I just added a splash of whole milk, and I'm heating it up there, and it'll make it just a little bit more creamy. It's kind of nice. Anyway, so I'm going to turn the heat up on that just a wee. Okay, we're going to start with the green beans, how I'm going to cook them. This is just a steamer. Got my pan, got my steamer. This also fits on a small pot that I have, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that up. Pour some water in there. Make sure that doesn't actually reach the bottom of it. Guess it doesn't matter if it does. Start getting that heated up. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and dump these in. Like I said, I'm steaming, it doesn't really matter. They're still stone frozen. These are my green beans. And I'm going to put some salt. Here, let's watch. Salt. Teeny bit of salt. And then grind some pepper up on it. Now, what I have done is I bought some coarse ground pepper a while ago, and yeah, I prefer it fresh ground, but this coarse ground I put in my little mini blender and have some fine ground pepper. So I'm just going to put that on there, and this just kind of gets a little flavor in it. And normally I'd crush some garlic or something, but you know what? This is simple cooking. And use some garlic powder, actually minced, whatever this is. So there we go. That's my green beans. I'm going to close the lid on this and actually turn it up. But first I'm going to grease the pan a little bit with some extra virgin olive oil. Yeah, it's organic, but I like my stuff organic. So while that's spreading out and getting really hot, here's how you test if it's hot. Get a couple of drips of water on your finger and flick it in there. See, it's not hot, so nothing's happening. It's bubbling up a little bit, but you want it to get a little hotter than that. Get that out of the way. Now, the salmon I cook a little different. So I'm going to be using tongs for that. Chicken, it doesn't matter so much. But, let's see. I've had that heating up a little while. The reason that I leave it on melt or low for so long, or while I'm getting everything ready, is because you're not going to scald anything in the pan. But from 0 to 100 is what takes so long. When you turn it from melt to halfway, you're already most of the way there, and so it doesn't take long to heat. Alright, so that's going to be hot enough. So I'm going to take a little slice of butter. That's going to sear in the pan, giving me some nice bubbles. Might not be quite hot enough yet, but I'm going to get that all mushed around in there. You gotta just
And butter, that's so unhealthy.
bite me. So since it's not quite hot enough, I'm going to start on the skin side. Put it in skin side down. Make sure it's nice and loose in there. Why I say I'm starting with the skin side is because I want the skin side to cook a little bit longer. I don't have a specific amount of time that I let it cook per side or anything. Let me move this so you can get a little better view. But I wait until the white gets maybe a quarter way up the fish. And I like these big thick cuts. A lot of times you'll get salmon and it'll be, looks like it's kind of half a fillet. Well, I like it cut short, and I like the thick cuts because with the thinner ones it's easy to overcook the inside. And overcooked salmon is not salmon at all. That's an official quote by me. Now we're boiling on the green beans, so they'll be done in no time.
That's tasty.
No. Now I like mine to be a little done of golden brown, a little browner than golden. And I'll show you why. I want a little bit of crisp on there. But this is a thinner piece. I'm going to go ahead and flip it and let you see. That is a golden brown. A little bit darker than golden brown, just slightly. But see, the green beans will be done momentarily. So if you want, this is actually a good time to peel off the skin. It'll come off easily, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to let you see the skin on method. So now we're searing the bottom side, and it's starting to turn into a real piece of meat here. Now, this thicker one, let me go ahead and show you how I would normally cook this. It's going from the bottom to the side. Alright. Now we're brown on all 4 sides. And it's still not cooked as much as I want it to be. So, we're going to go back to old trusty lid. Turn the temp down some. And what I do is I just pour a splash of water in the lid, flip the lid, and turn it into a steam cooker. The green beans here are nice and steamed, but they still have a little bit of, you know, they're al dente. Well, still got a little bit of crunch. That's how I like my beans. Now, we're going to pull this piece of salmon and give it a little test here. See how done it is. Okay. Here's how I test it. Now I always get an extra piece just so I can do this. See, this right here is what I'm talking about. Got a crisp on the outside, but on the inside, it's still not cooked. And that is exactly how I want it. Now, here's the thing. If you want yours cooked through and through, make sure that it's still flaky and pink. But that it's when you touch it on the outside, it's a little more firm than that. Touch is a secret to almost every meat, but this is how I want it. Now, don't do this with some frozen salmon that you picked up at the store and thawed out. This is fresh salmon. And I wouldn't do it with anything that I wouldn't eat raw. And I mean that wholeheartedly. So, that is actually nice and hot in the middle, but it's not overcooked. So, that's how I want mine. If you like yours cooked more than that, amen. You do it however you want. Now the plating. I'm not going to show you the cooking of the chicken, I don't think. You know what, maybe I will. So, here's my other piece. Nice and brown skin. You can place it either way. But nice golden brown color. We'll take some of these green beans. Pepper still on top. Place them in the other little corner there. Then brown rice. Like I said, real cooking. You don't have to do this professionally. You don't have to put any garnish on the plate. What you need to do is have a real home-cooked meal that's healthy and that your family is willing to eat. So, back to the olive oil. Nobody saw that, right? Get it done. Let me start the chicken.
How's that chicken coming along, Josh?
Now chicken, I do not eat with a raw center like I do fresh fish. There we go. Alright, white's built up around. Let's look at the bottom. Oh! Beautiful golden brown. This is a lot thicker, but I'm going to flip it now anyway. I want that golden brown to hold. So, what I'm going to do now, you may have seen it in the fish video, is I'm going to take a little bit of water, put it in the lid of the pan, just enough to make some steam. I'm going to pour it, and then close the lid, turn it into a miniature steam oven, and that'll help get the chicken evenly cooked in and out. I was talking about garnish, and I thought maybe I'd show you a little something. If you really want to make a meal that you're serving to your family look pretty, this is not a lemon. I like lemons and limes best. This is one of those miniature orange fruits, a tangelo or something like that. What you do is you cut a slice out of it. You just cut it right here from the middle out, and you can do a little boom. And you can sort that any way you want it, whatever. That'll actually add a little bit of sweet to the chicken. I went ahead and did the same thing with the salmon. Like I said, I prefer lemon or lime, but whatever. Alright, now we're sitting down in the room with too much red with my wife. You might recognize her from her channel, JBR+1, and our newest. And we're going to see if this can be eaten. Now this is dark meat, so it may not work. You're going to eat the whole thing, aren't you?
Yeah.
There you go. How is it?
Okay.
It's chicken, right? Green beans and rice. Now look at this. That is a piece of salmon that I finished cooking, and it has already passed the toddler test. What do you think of the salmon, buddy? Is it good? Is it good? It's yummy? Alright. Now, here's the main event, this salmon here. I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to show you what the inside of this is supposed to look like. Cut with the fork. Pink, and then just slightly darker pink in the middle. But there you go. You cut this piece off, and you want to watch me eat it? Make everybody jealous here. Hopefully.
Want me to film it?
Yeah, you film it. Put that back around. Here, let me show them. You cutting off another piece. We're just gonna flake this off. Fork it. Y'all ready for this? Oh, it keeps falling apart on me. What a shame. Ready?
I'm ready.
It's got that little bit of crust on the outside that I love so much. Still nice and tender on the inside. Y'all don't need to watch this. Go make your own. Goodbye. Thank you for watching Real Cooking.